Hey books, welcome into our Scorpio-Sagittarius astrology tarot reading here for February 2026. I thank you guys so much for tuning into this reading whenever you are called to do so. And I appreciate your love and support by being on this side of the channel. Let's talk about what I got here for Scorp Sag in February. It's a very sweet energy. It's a very exciting energy. Some sort of healing cycle has arrived for you, Scorp Sag, and we've been talking about that for a good couple weeks now and the few other readings that I've done for you recently. But it seems like it really truly starts to take root in your world and in your life in a tangible way here in February. I feel like there is some sort of contract with love itself, okay? I just heard you're a being of love. Love is integrating into your beingness. Oh, interesting. Okay, yeah. There's some sort of love integration that's happening for you, or has already happened for some of y'all, but there's support there. And if we're going to keep it in the realm of astrology, it seems like Venus is supporting a lot of what you have going on here in February, and definitely even beyond it. And it's important for you to be aware of that support that you're getting, okay? It also feels like there's a bit of like a communal aspect to this energy, Scorp Sag. You might be okay, I'm hearing a significant source of this energy for more than one person. Okay. I'm also kind of getting to that if there was something that was very misunderstood about you, Scorp Sag, it was only misunderstood because whatever that was, or whatever aspect of you that you might have been operating under, showing, sharing, connecting with others with, or just kind of in yourself, wasn't easily digestible, okay? Or easily accepted by others. This could be a wound that's healing for you, where you might have been rejected a lot for your energy. But it feels like in the current cosmic climate, how everything is shifting, your energy is much more palatable for others. How can I say that in a new way? Okay, you know how, and I've said it several times, for those of y'all that have been watching me and supporting this channel for a while, it's that whole artist and audience dynamic, where oftentimes, and not all the times, but oftentimes, an artist is never truly celebrated in their lifetime. They're often regarded as a great or impactful or substantial in some way after death, posthumous, okay? And sometimes centuries after. And it could be something in that way where your community, your soul tribe, or just the people around you had to catch up to where you were, okay? So you were maybe moving at a certain pace, in a certain frequency, in a certain way, and that was just hard to understand because that energy hadn't, the foundation to receive that energy hadn't been laid yet, but it seems like it's been laid now, or this is the time where those in this energy, or whatever it is for you, Scorp Sag, it's needed now more than ever. It's accepted more. So this could even be a deeper, like, generational archetypal wound that you might be healing, quote unquote, the witch's wound, the healer wound, or there is something that is very catalytic, they're telling me, about your energy right now that might be pushing others into healing cycles. So this can work in a multitude of ways. Again, as always, take what resonates with you. but it felt very sweet and it felt very warming to the heart. It felt like almost, Scorp Sag, finally being appreciated for your depth of insight or your depth of knowledge or your depth of feeling, or that might have been looked at as a hindrance in your world or an undesirable trait, or something that you needed to change or fix. It's the very thing that's stabilizing something. And it feels very, I keep seeing the word community. It feels very community based. So you might be moving in this season, in this month, from going from being extremely misunderstood to understood at a whole new level. And with that maybe comes some sort of love, comes some sort of acceptance or embrace, I'm kind of sensing and feeling. Some sort of activation for you. I was also getting to, in my meditation, that you see clearly the root of something or the root of things. Your ability to get to the root of the matter might have been a skill that wasn't appreciated at one point, but is going to be so crucial and needed and necessary now. Or might not have been trusted at one point, but it's absolutely trusted and again needed now. So there is a certain skill set, Scorp Sag, that maybe you've been guided, I can't make it up, that you've been guided to cultivate, or you are going to be guided to cultivate, that is going to serve not just you, but those connected to you, those in your community, those in your soul tribe, right? I do feel this air of mystery, or again, I almost want to say a willingness to misunderstand you, Scorp Sag, is dissipating. It's almost like the minds of whoever's in this community with you, or just connected to you. This could be family, this could be friends, this could be your work environment, but the minds are more mutable and maybe more flexible than they once were at a certain point. Okay. So yeah, moon and perception and cross-pollinate. I do think that there is this sense of clarity coming. And again, it seems like it's surrounding you. Where again, you might have been very misunderstood. You're going to be understood at a whole new level now. Yeah. And 10th house authority. Yeah, whatever skill sets you have that you feel have gone unappreciated, are no longer going to be like that, Scorp Sag. So maybe you're rising into some sort of authority. Okay, just take it as it resonates, y'all. Keep in mind, this can also be for your 8th and 9th house placements. Okay, but show me here a little bit more, Divine, about this energy, this better appreciation. Yeah, think, motion, climate, Aquarius. I can't make it up. I can't make it up. Where maybe at one point people were at war with you, or it seemed to be the energy that people resorted to when it came to you. Yeah, there was some sort of fight against you in some sort of way, or you often met resistance from people. I feel like this comes from a desire to connect intimately, Scorp Sag. It might have been very hard to develop and build friendships and relationships because your way of thinking or your way of perception didn't necessarily, like we saw, cross-pollinate with Gemini, wasn't necessarily, thank you, Divine, the social norm. Okay. So you might have been outcasted, you might have been ridiculed, you might have been talked about. Like, you know, there might have been a lot of isolation energy around you. But like I was saying, the climate is now primed and ready, okay, for you to start collaborating with others, and others maybe wanting to collaborate with you because of how you think. And with Mars, it's like This could be a lot of fighting that you've had to do on your end. Okay? Fighting for what you believe in, standing up for yourself. Yeah, you're entering a very, very positive and healing time frame for you, okay? So you might have a lot of people that want to collaborate with you now, again, because of the cosmic climate, the transits. This is almost where, for some of y'all, you might emerge as a leader in a way because you've already been on that wave, or you've been, yeah, that's what I mean. It's like you've been saying something, thinking things, moving in certain ways, and people might have thought you were crazy or lame or weird or strange or like off-putting because of it, or it was hard to connect with others because of where you were frequentially, like in your frequency. But because of the current climate in the cosmos, there's a more openness and susceptibility to that way of thinking and to that energy, which might require you here, Scorp Sag, to lower your defenses. And that can be absolutely terrifying and scary, especially if you've had to have them up for so long. So that could also be what's healing here, Scorp Sag. Tell me more about this energy, Divine. Yeah, I'm trying to tell you. Now it's a little bit more clear. It's a little bit more understood. It's a little bit more accepted. What you were saying, what you were thinking, how you were moving. This could even be like, oh, people thinking, oh, you think too deep into things. It's not that deep, Scorp Sag. It's not that hidden. That's not the truth. They don't really feel like that. And then, boom, who ends up being right? But that's a skill set, okay? That's a skill set. To be able to see beyond the surface of things without having to be told, being able to read between the lines of words and actions, being able to see in the dark. It's going to be so needed and necessary. Okay, so don't be surprised here if there are a lot of people in your world that want to start connecting with you or collaborating with you or asking you, what do you think about this and what do you see in this way? Because, yeah, darkness is all around. The darkness is growing thicker. But this is exactly why the divine has you here in this moment, especially on this cusp, because we are amid a very, very intense revolution energetically right now, okay? So I feel like this is where, Scorp Sagittarius, y'all are going to start leading the charge, okay? To help, yeah, I mean, just to help the right things. And like I said, you see to the root of things, to help the root get some sort of light. Okay. Show me a little bit more about what's clarifying in this energy for Scorp Sag. Okay. You've got the authority. Yeah, exactly. I just heard, oh, they might actually know what they're talking about. Yeah, it's like people might have thought you were just bumping your gums, yapping out the side of your neck. Oh, you're crazy. You're cuckoo. Oh, you're just, you know, off the deep end. You've got your tinfoil hat on. Or again, I keep hearing you looking too close into that. It's not that deep. Like, it's not that serious. It's not that real. Like, geez, lighten up, da 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 da. And it's like, yeah, no, this is serious as ever. And the weight of that seriousness is maybe starting to be felt in this community. Okay. Oh, Scorp Sag, you might be called to nurture those that did not nurture you. And that can be tricky. Oh boy. You might be called to have to be in a nurturing energy towards those that maybe threw stones, threw daggers, try to, I heard hurt or harm in a way, or in that Mars energy that waged war against you in some way or tried to work against you in some way. Something has transitioned here, and now maybe those same people want to collaborate. Like, I just thought you were crazy, but I guess not. Like, I keep getting that sense. Like, I just thought you were too sensitive. Oh, no, you were really onto something. I can't make it up. Alliance. That might be your contract with love here. You might be contracted, Scorp-Sag, to show love, be love in a way that was not shown and given to you. And oh my gosh, I'm praying for y'all. I'm praying for us, okay? Because I definitely feel that call too. But I'm praying because that's hard. That's absolutely hard to act from that space when those actions weren't given to you, to move from a space of humanity, Aquarius energy, when your humanity was overlooked. To trust people, and here's that word again. I know, Scorp-Sag. To trust that you are not being taken advantage of, not being brought to slaughter, like not being brought into a humiliation thing. Like, there's so much that maybe has happened when it comes to this energy for you, and I totally get why you might be very apprehensive about engaging this. But your efforts are seen now. The truth behind your efforts is absolutely seen now, okay? And that's what I think. Maybe something was misconstrued, misunderstood. I just think a lot of people maybe couldn't see what you were talking about, or their minds weren't molded in that way, or yeah, it just feels like here, Scorp-Sag, in some way, shape, or form, you were a bit ahead of your time. And now that people are catching up to where you've been, you're going to have to navigate that, those efforts to collaborate now. Like, yeah, that might bring up some wounding. So I definitely feel like Chiron is kind of supporting you in some way, Scorp-Sag. Show me this thinking, Divine. What's significant about Pallas Athena and think for Scorp-Sag in February? Come on, Empress energy. I can't make it up. First card out. Love, your contract with love. People might have felt like you were coming from some sort of like a dark space with them, or, you know, especially if you, I mean, you're here, so I'm assuming you're spiritual, right? Maybe not tied or tethered to any religious doctrine, but trying to demonize you in some way for the way you thought, because it went against the norm. But we've had so much break away from the normalities, especially in the realms of the mind, that I almost feel like now people understand your stance, or understand where you were coming from, or like they see that you weren't meaning them any harm, that you were really just operating out of your Empress energy regardless of your gender. You were really Venetian in something, like you were coming from a space of love, and war was waged. I don't know why Mars keeps wanting to come through as war here. Show me Mars in motion. The Seven of Pentacles. I can't make it up with the Hangman. Somebody, or you, okay, it might be revealed to you here, Scorp-Sag, that someone might have taken action to stagnate your motion when it came to people embracing you in some way, or accepting you in some way. There might have been more than one person that stood in the way of that. Okay. Where you might have been feeling some sort of stagnancy and some sort of plateau in your energy, and maybe even in the material world, or maybe you've been dealing with this plateau energy for a while. That's going to start to move forward, because Neptune being in Aries is the climate for that to happen. So again, oh, Scorp-Sag, yeah. This maybe even has to do with your relationship with time. Okay. Again, you might have been a little ahead of your time. The time is now. And I don't, okay, let me even change that phrasing, because it almost feels like you were doing something wrong by me saying that. And I don't really feel that. I think you were right on time with whatever it is you were guided to do, guided to shift, guided to evolve into. The time for that evolution to be magnified is what I'm hearing. Magnified is now. You were being prepared for this moment. Okay. So this is where all of that isolation, all of that hard work you might have been putting in, focus you might have been in, starts to pay off. There was a reason why that all happened the way it did, Scorp-Sag, even if it was hurtful and harmful or painful to go through. It almost feels like the divine had to separate you so that you could be molded and evolve into this ahead of this time and this moment that we're entering into. But a lot of people are seeing you differently, or a lot of those illusions that they might have been operating under when it came to you are starting to get cleared up, okay, or starting to dissolve. Show me the climate. That's important here for Scorp-Sag. Clarify the climate. The King of Cups, kind of in reverse here. Water, fire energy. Yeah, you definitely might have been in a season, or again, just by the cosmic timing of it all, Scorp-Sag, with people who didn't necessarily have open hearts. People who were, I just heard, very selfish with their love, or selfish with their with what they had to give. Oh, that's interesting. Selfish with what they had to give while you were in the Empress giving. Okay, show me this climate. Can I get one for the climate here, divine? Judgment in reverse. Right, judgment hasn't started yet. Okay. Sun energy. Okay, clarify this collaboration with Aquarius energy. Ooh. Sun and the Ace of Swords in reverse with the Lovers. Right. This is where I mean, like, it could be very difficult. People who maybe now want to collaborate and connect with you definitely did not want to do that at one point. Judgment in reverse feels like more negative in a way. Like, this could have been people who were in that negative judgment towards you, not calling. Yeah, who just weren't awakened. Not hearing the call. Couldn't see the truth, didn't have clarity, wasn't into higher consciousness. Sun in reverse, steeped in their ego. Now want to come and be lovers with you. Something that you've been working on, building towards, Seven of Pentacles, is about to start growing. Can I get one for collaborate? Thank you. The Two of Pentacles. Yeah. Ooh, yeah, Scorp-Sag. You were oh, thank you, divine. You were growing something under and in an environment, in a climate that hadn't awakened to support your energy. That's why you've been in the Seven of Pentacles. The climate or the community hadn't awakened yet. That's what I mean by, like, with the artist and audience. Sometimes, I don't even know if I finished that statement. Sorry, I'm channeling so much. Sometimes that the audience that artist is making art for isn't even alive yet. Hasn't even been born. Think about how many artists get acclaim and recognized in their old age. They've been doing that art forever. The conscious collective, or the communal collective, the communal mind, hadn't found value or appreciative energy around that until a certain revolution, until a shift in the climate, until there's something that happens that triggers the need for that art, where people then are interpreting that art in a new way. That's the Hanged Man. They see it differently. Now it's inspiring. Now it's something to, like, you know, aspire to. Now it's creating change. It's shifting people. Like, now it has meaning. And I really want to say, especially if I am speaking to artists, it's not that your art, when you are doing it, doesn't have meaning. It's more or less I'm speaking to the impact, the time for your art to impact the societal mind is maybe what you're entering into. Okay. So clarify what's being clarified here with the solar clone. Yeah, the Page of Pentacles. Okay. The value. I'm trying to tell you. Now people are going to start seeing the value in you. This could also come from people who, again, didn't find you valuable, discarded you as if you weren't valuable, didn't, you know, care to invest in a relationship or a connection or support of you. And you're going to have to find a way to reconcile that energy with yourself, Scorp Sag, okay? Show me the 10th house and authority. Thank you. The Knight of Cups. Yeah. Okay, we'll talk about that in a second. Show me, let me get the rest of these out. Show me Ceres and Nurture. Is that the only one that flipped over? The Knight of Wands, yeah. And show me the conjunction alliance that's happening here with Scorp Sag. The Ace of Wands, I can't make it out. And the Sun again at the bottom. It feels like now people are kind of ready to receive you, ready to embrace you. And I don't know why I feel like you got to make peace with that, or like there's something that could rub you the wrong way about that energy that is something internally for you to sort through, okay? I just heard I made a mistake. Yeah, people might feel like they misstepped with you, or they made a mistake in how they treated you. Somebody, I don't know why I keep getting that. Somebody definitely fought against your motion, like fought against you excelling or growing in some sort of way. And that might be the same people who were unawakened, resisting awakening, okay? But now they want to collaborate because they see the value, Page of Pentacles, in what it is that you had to offer as the Empress. And they might be coming in with this Knight of Cup energy, taking action from this Knight of Cups, Knight of Wands impulse. Feeling inclined to do so. You could have also been in this Knight of Cups, Knight of Wands energy at one point with whatever this Empress vibration was, whatever this Sun energy is. Quick to share, quick to act from that space. And maybe in some way something about that has slowed down for you, Scorp Sag. Like maybe you're not as quick to invest or connect in ways that you used to be. But there's some sort of renewal energy in your spirit with this Ace of Wands and the Alliance. Yeah, you have an alliance with the divine, exactly. That could have even been what was under question. What are you really aligned to? You're aligned with the Ace of Wands. You have an alliance and a conjunction with the Ace of Wands. Period. Clarify the Empress with the thinking. Yeah, the Queen of Wands. Something about that, you might have been painted as manipulative in some way, or like, yeah, demonized for your thoughts. I'm just going to leave it there. Demonized for your thoughts, or for how you went about things, or how you see the world, or how you connect, or how you give, whatever the case might have been. How you discern with the Queen of Wands. People could have thought you were trying to be manipulative or seductive in some sort of way when that wasn't the case. Okay, clarify the Seven of Pentacles with Mars in motion. Let's just stop this plateau. I'm trying to tell you, I can't make it up. Jeez. Three of Pentacles with the Three of Swords. 33 could be a very significant number for you. Like I said, somebody was trying to stop your growth. Block people from working with you, connecting with you, collaborating with you. And that definitely hurt. That cut deep. That somebody would get in the way of something you were trying to build when you were building from this Empress, Queen of Wands space, creatively and from love. Not to hurt or harm anything or anyone, but the fact that that led to you getting hurt and harmed is something that you might have to heal, Scorp-Sag, this month. Something that you might have to heal and work towards accepting what happened in this situation, or accepting that, you know, that's where people were at the time. And I know that is hard with that Scorpionic energy, child. Ooh-wee, I know. It's hard to get into that mindset, because it's like, if you would do that when I was down, what more would you do when I'm up? This could have even been people who attempted to collaborate with you that then maybe betrayed you in some way. Want to come connect with you just to go talk behind your back or talk shit, or, you know what I mean, try to hurt and harm you. I'm so sorry to even give that message, but it's like things like this happen, and this is maybe why you decide to close yourself off. This is why you decide to keep to yourself. Because every time you start showing up in your true energy or offering that Empress energy, it seems like there's some sort of work against it or work to harm you. I get it. This might be a struggle with being vulnerable, Scorp-Sag, because I feel like those trust issues are deep, and they're rightfully so. It's not like you're mistrusting out of nowhere. People often just tend to show their truth, and it's often not what they originally presented to you. Or they might have even meant well at one point, but something about, I don't know, being connected to you or being in a relationship or partnership with you starts to breed contempt. All of a sudden, jealousy starts showing up, envy starts showing up. Now you're beefing with somebody you thought you were friends with. Like, you see what I'm saying? It's like it turns into some sort of war. And I understand from your point of view, it feels unnecessary, but I think maybe the divine is trying to show you what is so impactful and significant about your energy and what it brings out of people. And it does suck that it can lead to something that can hurt and harm you, or it leaves you open to receive those swords in your heart. And I think that's what you don't want anymore. And I totally 100%, 100,000,000% get it, okay? But I do think that there might be some opportunity to heal around that in February, Scorp-Sag, okay? Yeah. Seven of Wands with the Seven of Pentacles. Standing your ground, protecting your energy. Trust your spiritual discernment. You're in Empress energy right now, Scorp-Sag, okay? Very beautiful, very loving, very grounded. Yeah. Climate with the Five of Swords with Judgment in reverse. Exactly what I'm saying. Those that hadn't awakened yet were the ones that were working against you. Could have even been, you know, we don't talk about that a lot, how much jealousy and envy can come towards an Empress energy. And maybe where you are growing here, Scorp Sag, is learning how to transmute that into power for yourself. And that takes time. That definitely takes time, and it takes practice, and it takes work, but maybe that's where you want to focus. If you know that there were certain individuals that came in on some, you know, oh, I want to be friends, oh, I love you so much, or oh, I'm into you, whatever, like, oh, I'm attracted to you, and then kind of flipped and turned, did a 180 on you, you have the right to guard what you're doing, guard your efforts, guard yourself from people like that. And I don't know why I'm getting this sense of somebody wanting a second chance with you, or like wanting to make amends in some way. Somebody who maybe did that to you. Now it's like, I almost feel like for some of y'all, they want to come in like they weren't in the Five of Swords towards you. And that's what you're going to have to discern and hold your guard against. For those that you absolutely know are in that Five of Swords, capable of the Five of Swords, especially if they're not coming back on in a space of awareness around what they did, or a willingness to admit it, to own it, not just act like they don't know what happened. You just got to be very careful here, Scorp Sag, okay? Show me the Two of Pentacles with collaborate. Yeah, the Hierophant in reverse. This would be people who aren't necessarily committed to a collaboration. They're committed to their own game. People who will come around you, learn from you, absorb all your energy just to go try to mimic it away from you. Just to then go take that and plant it somewhere else, or go invest it somewhere else so that they gain from it. So that they look like they are you. Some of y'all might have been dealing with some destiny swapping here. Okay? People attempting to destiny swap with you. Maybe even those that might have been successful at it at one point because you weren't in a certain level of awareness. And if that is the case, the level of awareness you have now as the Empress and the Queen of Wands is reversing that energy. Judgment in reverse, Five of Swords, Hierophant in reverse. And the Hierophant in reverse, that's a greedy mofo. That is a manipulative, abusive, greedy, misrepresented energy. They don't really know. They're not really tethered, but they want to act like they do. They want to take your energy and wear it like a coat. So that they can get the love, they can get the accolade, that's the interception, that's the working against. I want to know what you're up to and what you're growing so I can go do it too. I can go do it quicker, faster. So then anything that might have been coming towards you for the work you were doing gets to come towards me. Two of Pentacles. I'm trying to tell you. Wheel of Fortune, destiny swapping. I can't make it up. Be careful who you collaborate with, Scorp Sag. Be very, very careful. Hierophant in reverse has no righteousness, no sort of integrity. That's a large, huge lack of integrity. They're focused on the Two of Pentacles. How can I make money off of what Scorp Sag is doing and thinking and feeling and their Empress energy? How can I get a little bit of piece of that pie for myself? Yikes. It's one thing to inspire somebody. It's another thing for someone to bite off of you. Clarify the Two of Pentacles with collaborate, Divine. Yep, Queen of Swords. Strategic. Temperance energy, yeah. Just be patient. Continue to be patient. This is you here, Scorp Sag. Like, continue to do your thing. Because it'll be clarified. What's done in the dark is absolutely always going to come to the light. I wouldn't worry too much about this. And I don't see you really worried about this. You're in your Empress energy. Empress don't worry about that kind of thing. Because she knows abundance is infinite. There's enough for everybody to go around. But if somebody felt like they had to come over and take one of your pentacles so that they could have something, capitalize off of your energetic work or your energy, your vibe, your way of thinking. Oh my gosh, yeah. Yeah. Taking your insights and what you share and then posing it off as their own. Yeah. Okay. Well, Page of Pentacles, what's being clarified here with this Page of Pentacles? The Three of Wands, yeah. Somebody's intentions is going to be clarified for you, Scorp Sag. Somebody's intentions is going to be clarified. I don't think it's going to shock you, though. I think you kind of already know what's going on or who this might be or who these people might be exactly. Nine of Cups. Like, I don't see you bothered necessarily, like, because you know where that comes from. You know what alliance you have with the Ace of Wands. You know you're aligned with Spirit. And I don't know, I just kind of feel like it's a part of it. Like, you just got to charge it to the game almost. I don't know, but definitely guard and protect your energies. Seven of Wands, stand your ground for sure. Okay, don't let nobody take credit for your stuff or, you know what I'm saying? Like, do what you need to do. But I think you kind of already maybe expect this to happen, or I don't know. It just doesn't seem like it's going to shock you too much. Yeah, Two of Wands. You already kind of know people's intentions, even if they try to hide it. Hermit energy. Show the 10th house and authority. Four of Cups. Okay. Clarify the Knight of Cups with the 10th house. The Six of Swords, right. This could be people who come in, try to love bomb you. Oh, I love your energy. Oh, you know, I love being around you. Oh my gosh, da da da. And they're just soaking you up, soaking you up, soaking you up, soaking you up. All of a sudden, y'all got beef. Now this person's starting to get kind of snippy with you or say little underhanded, backhanded compliments to you, or like now the envy and the jealousy and all of that starts to show. Don't ignore that, Scorp Sag. Clock it, note it, continue to be the Empress and the Queen of Wands that you are. Continue to stand your ground and protect your energy in the ways that you feel you need to. And let the rest handle itself. Yeah. Because as they come in super quick, try to love bomb, oh, you're the greatest thing, da 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 da, blah, 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 and then they move on. As soon as they feel like they get what they wanted, they move on. Tower energy, exactly. And anything that was built off of your energy, Scorp Sag, won't stand. That's what you need to know. I don't know if somebody was trying to steal your ideas or your energy, like something like that. Like whatever was built off of your energy did not stand the test of time, won't stand the test of time, can't stand the test of time, because it's your energy. It doesn't belong to that person, especially in a sense of destiny swapping. So if you even saw somebody run off with your idea or run off with your energy and go build something and try to, you know, do it so quickly or try to get ahead of you in some sort of way, whatever the case may be, trying to keep up with your moves to see what you're doing so they can come in and like block it at every chance they get. None of it works. None of it sticks. And it won't. It just won't. People are very attracted to your Empress energy. Okay. If there was some sort of like attraction blockage on you, that's being lifted. Why do I feel like somebody tried to redirect the energy that was coming towards you to come towards them? Well, now that's fallen apart. So all the energy that was meant to come towards you is coming towards you, okay? Clarify the Knight of Wands with Nurture, Divine. For Scorp Sag in this energy, 6 of Pentacles, and that's on karma, honey. What's done in the dark will always come to the light. 6 of Swords, 6 of Pentacles. And that's on karma. Oh, yeah. Now you're about to start getting back what you've given out, Scorp Sag. And nobody can take that from you. Nobody can stop it either. Clarify the Ace of Wands with this alliance. Now the Hierophant upright, because that's who you are. And because this is your destiny. I'm trying to tell you. Whoever was trying to come in and collaborate with that 2 of Pentacles, or trying to, like, again, steal your energy, steal your ideas, siphon off of you, absorb all of you so they can go wear you like a coat, so then they can be loved on and they can feel what you naturally get as the Empress and the Queen of Wands. They were the Hierophant and reverse. But you, Scorp Sag energies and placements, you're destined to be the Hierophant upright. This is why it is your energy. This is why no matter how hard they try, they can never capture you. Because you have an alliance with the sun. You have an alliance with the fire of the divine. You have an alliance with spirit. A true, genuine alliance with spirit. Not a manufactured one. Not a fake one. Not a pretend one. Not a performative one either. A true bond and alliance with source and spirit. And that can't be copied. You're in your destiny. Again, I'm trying to tell you, there was some sort of destiny swap that tried to happen, but that maybe failed. Clarify the Ace of Wands with this conjunction. What's this alliance with spirit? Yeah, the King of Swords, exactly. And you know that. And if you didn't know that, you need to know that, and you need to stand in that knowing. You know it, but I think it could be hard a little bit to move through the disappointment and the pain of people acting in that way towards you, especially when you're coming from such a pure space. That's hurtful. That's so hurtful. And I feel you, Scorp Sag, and I do pray that that hurt heals. Okay? Because it's not something you deserved, but maybe it's something that had to happen for you to learn who you can trust and who you can't, and for you to get better discernment around that. Because again, I think you were very used to just giving and sharing and being open, and yeah, I know, because that's coming from a pure space in you, not for any sort of give back and any sort of reward, but because it does bring you joy to do so. And of course, when you're in that energy, there are going to be people who want to take advantage. Use and abuse you for their own gain. That ends this month. That ends now. That's over. So you better hope they enjoyed what they had when they got it, because come on now, like I said, I can't make it up. You know you're in union with spirit. Don't ever doubt that for a second, Scorp Sag, okay? Okay. I love y'all. I truly do. I truly, truly do. And this is hard. I really want to stress that. This is painful. The 3 of Swords is so real in this energy. Because it's hard when somebody does something to you that you would never do to them. I wouldn't even, you know what I mean? I wouldn't even think to do that to somebody, yet here they are doing it to me. So then it's like, why? That's a Scorpio. I got to investigate. I got to get to the root of it. I got to understand, why would somebody be possessed to do that, to hurt, to harm? Okay. Because a lot of people are ruled by their selfishness. A lot of people are ruled by their ego. A lot of people are ruled by greed. They don't care who they step on. They don't care who they hurt. They don't care who they harm, as long as they got what they want. And those are the main people that attract in, or are attracted to, Empress energies. People who are just naturally givers. I just think that's maybe something that you also got to accept here, Scorp Sag. You being a giver is not a bad thing. Even though it might have led to some bad situations, it's not a bad thing. It's just something that you need to regulate and protect a little bit better and a little bit more. And don't let anybody make you feel guilty for doing so. Anybody trying to push past that boundary or make you feel guilty for setting one when they know it's needed and necessary, it was profiting off of your energy. Anybody trying to come in and act like, oh, child. It's an act. That's exactly what it is. It's an act. The real from the fake, again, that is the line that's being drawn in the sand. And some of that fake might hurt and be very disappointing, Scorp Sag, but understand that it's not affecting you anymore, or it can't take anything from you anymore. That's why it's coming in. That's why it's being revealed. Okay, show me the Empress with the Queen of Wands. Divine, clarify that energy. Ooh, yeah. Inaction, action in reverse, exactly. People might even want to say, well, I did that because you were doing this. You weren't doing anything. You're the Empress. What would you do? Venus herself. Why? How? Somebody could try to make it seem like that. Well, I did that because you were doing this and didn't. No, nobody was doing that. You did that because that's a reflection of you and who you are. I'm trying to tell you, Scorp Sag, don't let people project that BS on you. Try to make you to be the problem when you know good damn and well. You were in no negative space with this person. You didn't have any intention of harm or hurt towards them. They chose to take advantage of the opportunity to hurt and harm you for their gain. That's on their soul and their spirit. You, my love, don't have to do nothing about that. Okay? Grace, exactly. Gracefully transmute the energy and move on. 6 of Swords, 6 of Pentacles, and let karma fall where it needs to. Okay? Show me the 7 of Pentacles with the 7 of Wands under Mars. Divine, clarify. Yep. Purity, I can't make it up. I cannot make it up. Some of y'all might not even know how bright you are in people's worlds. It's like, why would they attack me? It's because you're bright. Because you're pure. Some of y'all have a pureness to you that's undeniable, but it also drives people crazy because they don't have that. And this is what I mean by everything that's meant for you is for you, because it comes from a pure space within you. It's not going to come off the same if somebody's siphoning off of you and trying to wear you. It's not you. It was a war against your purity. Too pure, I'm sure. Like, again, that's exactly where, oh, I'm sure they're doing something dark. There can't be that they're actually genuinely the Empress. It has to be for manipulation purposes. It has to be to try to, get something over on somebody. No, that's how you think. That's how you move. That's what you would do with having an alliance with an Ace of Wands. That's how you would use it. That doesn't mean that's how Scorp Sag uses it. Projection. You only think that because if you had the energy, that's exactly what you would do with it. And that's just the truth. Okay? Show me Judgment in reverse with this 5 of Swords in this climate. Thank you, Divine. I'm trying to tell you. Love in reverse. Right. Now people want to try to say, oh, I love you. Da-da-da-da-da. No. You didn't love me when you was 5 of Swords in me. Where was the love then? Now you love me because you don't have access. Now you love me because I have a boundary up. Now you love me because I don't freely share my purity with everybody. You see what I'm saying? It's like somebody lost access to you, Scorp Sag. Maybe more than one person did. And they're really feeling the deficit in their world and in their life, which shows you just how much they were taking from you. Don't confuse that with love. 5 of Swords ain't got nothing to do with love, child. Not a damn thing. Trying to tell you, you were a blessing to many. This is you here, Scorp-Sag, with the larger vase, willing to share, willing to give. Knight of Cups, Nine of Wands energy, blessing people, giving when maybe you didn't even have it to give, sacrificing your own abundance so that somebody could have something out of the kindness of your own heart, not to gain anything, but to give something. Because it feels good when you give. Somebody maybe even specifically is starting to see how much of a blessing you were to them, how much they actually did siphon off of you. Somebody was in denial about that for the longest, maybe. Or acted like they didn't see it, acted like that wasn't the case. Show me the Page of Pentacles, Divine, with the Three of Wands and this solar calm. Destiny and inner peace. I can't make it up. That's what's being clarified for you, Scorp-Sag. You're being granted inner peace because it's a part of your destiny. That could be what was trying to be swapped out. Stress, chaos. If you went through a season of stress and chaos and maybe even some health issues, maybe where you were anxious, maybe even depressed, that was a part of that attempted destiny swap. Somebody tried to trade energy, trade karma with you because they knew you had good karma coming and they wanted it for themselves, but they didn't do the work to get it. Like this, I'm trying to tell you, there's something about that. And even if they didn't know, they could sense it. I feel like Scorp-Sag is destined for something. I got to figure out what it is so I can get it because I want it. Come on, man. Show me Page of Pentacles with the Three of Wands here, Divine. What's being clarified? Wisdom and psychic healing, exactly. Those parts of you that maybe wanted to doubt that was someone's intention, maybe giving the benefit of the doubt. Who's benefiting off of your doubt, Scorp-Sag? Do you benefit from that doubt? Or do other people benefit from that doubt? And do they deserve to benefit from that doubt? That's what the Queen of Wands is stepping in to kind of be like, hey, hold on. I hear what you're saying, words, Queen of Swords, but I don't really feel the spirit behind it. The spirit's giving love in reverse. And you're going to honor your spirit or take somebody's words. Come on. Psychic healing and wisdom is available here for you. Can I just get one for the Page of Pentacles and the Three of Wands? What can Scorp-Sag expect? Higher consciousness. I can't make it up. I can't. You can expect to be elevated into a higher level of consciousness here in February. Again, your alliance with the Ace of Wands. A higher vibration is coming in for you so that you can make even clearer decisions and choices. Maybe some of you are also getting the courage to sever alliances that you maybe had with those who were in this love reverse energy with you. Five of Swords energy with you. You are the authority on who gets this cup of love as the Knight of Cups. You're also the authority on who receives the Knight of Wands. That's the Empress. Step into that power, Scorp-Sag. Yeah, like I said, I kept saying community. Come on. I kept saying community. There it is. Leave it out. You are also going to be moved into a space where that loving purity, that nurturing, that Empress energy is an asset to this community. It's celebrated, it's embraced, it's loved. You're loved for that. It's even protected, maybe even. where you didn't get that in those dynamics before. Whoever was in this fake love with you, 5 of Swords, Judgment in reverse. And I think there is a need to surrender here, Scorp Sag, so that karma can play out the way it needs to. You might have to let some more people, I'm hearing more people, you might have to let some more people go so that you can nurture what needs to be nurtured within yourself and actually replenish what was taken. I think that's what it is. So you can replenish what was taken. Show me the Ace of Wands with the King of Swords and the Alliance. One card here, Divine. Anima Mundi. Yep. Who are you in an alliance with? The Anima Mundi. Spirit. The world soul. You're tethered into the world soul, Scorp Sag. Yeah, I mean, that place of death, new beginnings, 8th house to faith. That's what you have an alliance with. That's what you get to see. Like I said earlier, you get to see the root of things. And that's only going to grow sharper for you. Okay, I feel like I've said enough here. I really do hope that this message was helpful, Scorp Sag, gave you some sort of clarity, confirmation, maybe even healing information that you might have needed. I love you all so, so very much, and I am sending you a lot of strength and a lot of courage to continue to move from that space of your spirit. Despite what people want to say, despite any attempt to try to distract you or pull you away from that, trust your spirit. Your spirit is not lying to you. If it don't feel right, it ain't right. You can see to the root of it. You can see beyond the surface. Don't trade in that vision for the illusion of love or fakeness. You see what I'm saying? It's like, don't trade in that vision for illusion. Okay, that could also be a big part of Neptune being in Aries right now. All right, as always, take it as it resonates, y'all. Let me know in the comments what you think and what you feel, what you sense when it comes to this message, and I'll see you in our next one. Love you lots. Namaste.